Yeah, welcome back, family. You know what I need for y'all guys to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications as well. I appreciate y'all guys. Comment, hit the share button, fam. Hit the like. I'm trying to go somewhere with this thing, all right? You also can support me by going to the Cash App. You see it, Drummer1980. I appreciate you. You also can support my channel by going to the super thanks located under the video, fam. And with that being said, I do appreciate y'all guys tenfolds over. Let's jump into this reaction. Let's go. Oh, God almighty no. I done told you one time. I done told you a million. I don't make believe. I make believers, family. Welcome back. This is Drummer Boy 1980. I'm your gracious host, hailing from the Carolinas. Hope you had a good day today. If not, you know the old adage. Ask yourself why, and remember, happiness is an inside job, and it will always be an internal affair. I'm back today with a reaction from none other than TLA, the lead attorney himself. He had to cross-examine a few folk, all right? Let's jump into this reaction. Let's go.
That's my last question.
No, you're fine.
I came across a clip where Kevin Samuels was talking about, it was a very short clip, so if I take it out of context, I apologize. But he was basically telling a woman that her degree didn't matter. He was telling her that the accomplishments that basically she got or that she wanted to pursue, she should forego that and focus on the marriage, the husband, and the children. And I thought that was a little unfair because before I find my husband, I need to be able to meet my husband where he is, regardless of wherever I decide that should be. But I need to be able to, because if something happens to him, who else is supposed to support the household? So if I go out to make myself as versatile as possible in the job market to be able to add to him, what's the problem with that? And also still pursue finding love or, finding a husband.
The problem is that last part that you said, you said you want to add to him, right? And I think that's good. You should certainly add to your man, but you have to understand that your man doesn't need you to add to him in all ways. Your man needs you to add to him in certain ways. You getting a psychology degree is not a way that a man needs you to add to him. You getting a master's in early childhood development is not an addition to him, right? And to be honest, maybe you even getting a law degree isn't an addition to him, because whatever you make, you're going to generally want him to make more than you anyways. So you want your income to be supplemental, but to a very small degree. And that's what Kevin Samuels has been able to get out, elicit from so many women. When women are asked, how much do you want to contribute to the household before it falls to shit? What do most women say? Zero. Well, if it's zero, how are you helping him out with your degree? Your psychology degree, where is it when you want to contribute? Zero. So when you say, oh, we're getting this degree to help you out, but then you don't want to help out, well, now I see a contradiction. Do you see where I'm coming from?
I understand that, but that's where I feel like we're painting all women with one stroke of a brush. I don't want to contribute zero to my household. I don't want to be the breadwinner either, but I do want to make myself as diverse as I need to be to fit my husband's needs. And if I do have to go out and make money, why not do it in a way that makes me happy? Not just any way I can, because I did not prepare myself to have to go out into the workforce because I left that on my husband. Does that make sense? So even though I might not open, a practice, or I might not, join a law firm or whatever the case might be, I still have these skills that will make me more marketable in the job market. If I have to go out there, I don't have to go to Walmart and get a job because I don't have any other accomplishments on my resume. So I understand that, if we want the things that we want as far as men being providers and all of that. We do have to take a back seat, but that doesn't mean that I can't want the best for myself. And I can't teach my kids to want the best for themselves.
You can want the best for yourself and want the best for your kids and not try to get a PhD in psychology. You can do both. Why are you making it just like an either or thing?
I'm not making
all I'm saying is if getting a PhD makes you happy, get your PhD in psychology or whatever you get it in. Do not take the step further and expect that a man will give it the credit that you want him to give it. That's all I'm saying. Get it for you and your kids if you want, but don't come over here and tell me how I need to value it. I'm going to value it the way that I want to value it. You get it if you want to get it. No one's punishing for you. No one's punishing you to get it, but you're saying, it sounds like, why isn't it valued the way that I want it valued? That's not that. Go ahead.
Not necessarily in that way. I'm more so saying that it's being portrayed as if it's being spoken about as if women can bring nothing to the family dynamic. Like
no one's saying that women. No, wait, that's too broad.
No. I'm just saying that's the perspective that I get when I see these clips. That's
that
why
women bring nothing.
Well, little to nothing. Like that. That's what I'm getting from it. Like even if I go out and get a degree, it means nothing to a man. That's what
there you go with the degree.
Education wise, I think is what she.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's. No, you're fine.
Yes,
you're fine.
Yes.
You're fine.
Thank you, Suzette. So what I'm saying is, if I go out and I seek, higher education, and I do that with the idea that in some way I'm going to be able to use this skill, whether it's in the home, outside the home, I'm going to be able to use my education to make my family more well-rounded. Why is that looked at as not valuable? Like you can use your degree. I guarantee you there's a lot of skills that you received as an attorney that you didn't necessarily learn in a.
Well. What do y'all guys think? Put it in the comment section. What is your initial thought, your first thought that come to mind? I must say, and y'all know I'm not a fanboy. I just tell the truth, whether it's man or woman. It don't matter. That's how I'm built, right? I have to agree with the lead attorney thus far. I don't see no errors, no flaws, or any type of loopholes in his argument thus far. Women always want the degree to have so much value put upon it. You can value your degree. But men in general, especially a man of means, a man of resources, he can give 2 cents about your degree because there is an old truism. Follow me, because I'm going to walk it down for you, all right? I'm just like Jason in the horror flicks. I can walk you down and kill your talking point. Every time you look back and you running, I'm walking. I get closer and closer every single time you turn around, just like Jason Voorhees. Follow me. Men of means don't care simply because your money is your money and his money is your money and his money. That's the old adage. Everybody know that, right? So what I'm telling you, a man is not looking for you to take care of him. That's why the degree don't matter. Yes, go get your degree, sis. Go get it. But don't try to use that as some type of leverage, because y'all know y'all do that. Because you think, well, I don't just have to listen to you because I got my degree and you can't tell me what to do. Guys, most women use degrees and their jobs as veto power. Oh, God. Shout out to TBA. Most women use their degrees as veto power simply because society has played the Jedi mind trick on women. They got women thinking that they can actually go through life and handle things on their own. It sounds good, but whenever that you get down to the brass tacks of the matter, it is calamity for a woman to be by herself. A man can do pretty much okay. Most people that's alone in cabins and mountains and all that, isolated from the general population, they are men, not women. And there is a reason for that. A man can live off the grid more so than a woman, right? But if you take a woman and you isolate her, that literally would destroy her psyche. Literally, okay? Listen to me. It's better for you to be with a man that's decent. Even if it's $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year. than to be with no man at all. And I know some of y'all go have a fit. I don't want no average man. If you got a psychology degree and you a boss chick making all this money, let me stop. But yes, ladies, a man don't care about your degree because a man is looking for other things that you provide. Because a woman can turn a house into a home. We all know that. A woman knows how to stroke your ego whenever that it need to be stroked. You heard me? I'm giving you the game. A woman know how to say the right things to you, not tear you down, not beat you down, because the world does that every day. And then he comes home and here come you, got a bat in your hand, beating him down. You ain't no good. You dusty. See, you ain't speaking no life into that man. And the trick is society has tricked you to believe your degree holds weight and it gives you some type of one-up on the man. So you feel like you are surpassed or either above the man, looking down on him. But you will find out whenever you get in your late 30s, early 40s, oh, your mindset is going to drastically change. Oh, believe me when I tell you. I know people personally, I see it across the internet and y'all see it too in real life. So it's not just anecdotal. It's not a happenstance. It's not a one-off. It's not an outlier. It's not just one person, a unicorn. No. This here is common practice, what I'm talking about. What tends to happen? You try to get a guy that's above you whenever you in your late 30s or your early 40s or your mid 40s. And it don't work like that because those guys want something as well. You might find a case where a 40-year-old man might date a 38-year-old woman, but generally speaking, he's gonna go younger, maybe late 20s. And that right there, what I just said, has y'all in a tizzy, a frenzy. You get so mad. He just want a little kid. Oh, stop. Just stop it. Because men value youth. Huh? You heard me. Nobody don't want no worn out gas bag. Mouth is untamed like diarrhea. Nobody don't want to deal with that. Your energy is dark and off and you can't say nothing and no. You got to bend the corner. You finna hit the road. You heard me? But yes, I do agree with TLA. A degree is valuable, but just not that valuable to a man. Let's continue on, all right?
You understand?
Let me ask you this. Do you think a man has the right to judge the value that you place on getting a PhD for yourself?
Absolutely. In his life, absolutely. How can this benefit me or does it benefit me? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
I do believe that.
Well, that's what he's doing. So what's the problem?
My problem is, why is it being taught that it's not valuable? Why is it being taught?
It's not. No.
Content creators that if a woman goes to achieve any type of level of higher education, that it's not valuable. You have the right in your life to say, if she gets her PhD, maybe she writes books.
What they're saying, listen, they're not saying that it's not valuable. You're leaving out two words. Mm-hmm. That's the issue. That's where you're not connecting it. You're saying, why are men saying that it's not valuable? You're leaving out two words, very important words. Mm-hmm. The words that you're leaving out is to them. Men are saying, if you getting your PhD in psychology is not valuable to them. All right? If you want to get it yourself, get it yourself. If you think it'll help you and your kids, get it, fine. What some men are telling you is that a psychology degree is not valuable to them. Now, if your number one priority is to get a husband, if your number one priority is to have children, should you invest all of those years in getting a PhD in psychology, or should you do something that more aligns with your stated objective? That's all men are saying. Make it line up. Mm-hmm. Don't say that your stated objective is to get a husband and then spend 8 years getting something that will not help you get that husband. Make it aligned. Make it consistent. That's all men are saying. That's all we're saying.
Understood.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think your point is very valid, Taylor. I'm just going to go back to what it's like. We have some dissonance in terms of what we are taught in Black families versus what Black men actually want. I think this whole push for education and making sure that women have something to, quote, fall back on, I think has been very important. I mean, my dad lost his job. Thank God my mom had him holding him down as a nurse. So
I'm so glad you're saying that. I'm so glad you're saying that the family is teaching us one thing, but the manosphere really is coming in. Yeah. The manosphere. Listen, this is so important, guys. Let me shout out to the Blooming Ebony, excellent content creator herself. What is that saying? Listen, the family is teaching us one thing, but the men today in 2021, the manosphere, they are telling you. They are telling you, and Suzette came on last time, and what did she talk about? Man, I had some misconceptions coming up in my family, and now I see things differently. What are you saying? What the Jamaican that came up? We were taught this, and what we were taught that. The manosphere now is telling you the truth. Women shit on the manosphere when the manosphere is telling you what the hell the deal is with men right now. They're not echoing the misconceptions that you guys were given when you were younger. They're telling you in real time, this is what's going on, right? So receive it that way. It's going to sound harsh because you're like, well, I didn't grow up this way. This is not the truth that I was taught when I was 6 and 8 and 12. Why are these men that I don't know saying it? Why are they saying this stuff in this way? It doesn't sound so flowery, right? It doesn't sound so nice. Oh, these people in the manosphere are terrible. They're telling you the truth. There's some people in the manosphere that are on some bullshit, all right? That's anywhere.
I'm about to say.
That's anywhere, right? I mean, people like it. People in the black pill, you can find some crazy people in the manosphere. But in general, not the black pill. Don't look at the black pill stuff. In general, that what people in the manosphere, what men in the manosphere are telling you is how we feel, not the way you want us to feel, and not the way that you were taught that we should feel. We're telling you in real time how we feel.
Yeah. And it's shocking to a lot of people, though. I'm telling you, it's shocking to women.
Agreed.
It's shocking when if people hear, like, again, those of us who have not been living, breathing, consuming manosphere stuff. When you first hear it, you're like, what? Like, you find it to be chauvinistic. You may find it to be just, something contrary to everything like you've ever known. So for me, I have people now that tell me easily, Sue, if you were a teacher, you'd be married already.
Exactly. I married a PhD. It has never conflicted the fact that my home is traditional, not modern. The issue is when they think the PhD will make them better than the man. And so I think this is kind of important too, kind of to spin it a little bit. It's not that the PhD, it's not that we're saying like, if you get a PhD, we can't marry you, right? What we're saying is we don't see it as a value necessarily to what we are trying to do. And so if you spend 8 years going down this road, and once you get this piece of paper, and you're like, I got the PhD. Where are all the men now that I've got the PhD?
They're not on that.
Exactly.
Ball it up and put it on your page.
Exactly, right. So that's all the men are saying. So I'm glad that we were able to clear that up, Gorgeous, because I think that you, but not only you, hundreds of thousands of women are operating under this idea, or like, why? No, why is Kevin Samuel saying this? Why are the people in the red pill community, the people in the manosphere saying this? Go get it if you want it. Just realize the value that we ascribe to it. All right, that's all we're saying. And
well. All talking points was tried by fire, and I think the victor in this case was TLA. Ladies, we not tripping about y'all degrees. Yes, you should be able to be a productive citizen and take care of yourself prior to meeting a man. Nobody have a problem with that, okay? And men are not echoing the same sentiment across the entire board. It doesn't matter what your parents taught you. You trying to get a certain outcome, right? So you have to make the adjustment, okay? Consider the end prior to the beginning, all right? Let me say that again. Consider the end before the beginning. You trying to get a desired result? It's going to take a certain type of operation to get to that desired result, okay? There's a lot of variables, a lot of moving parts there, and we trying to give you the game plan. But instead, you kicking up dust. Go ahead and kick the dust up. But when the dust settles, you still gonna be there alone. With your attitude, you still gonna be alone. Where you at, there you go. You heard me? Because we trying to help you. We trying. But some people, you can't save them. And that's fine too. They gonna always be a certain percentage of people thinking that they just have the magic ticket or they just know a better way. Go ahead and try your way. But I wouldn't advise you as a whole, ladies, to take this failed advice. Riddle me this, guys. Just riddle me this. And I'm about to get out of here. Some people rather keep putting in work, doing it their way, failing, instead of taking somebody else's advice, which is a proven concept, and win. Make that make sense to me, guys. Put it in the comment section. Why do people do that? Why are people so bullheaded and headstrong in trying to do it their way when it's a failure? You can look from the rich people down to the poor. Now, the men as a whole are beating the drum across the nations in unison, saying the same thing. And it would behoove you, it would be in your best interest to take heed and actually subject yourself into what the man is saying. I'm not talking about some mush-mouth dude that doesn't have leadership skills. We're not talking about him. I am not talking about a man that don't have no clear-cut direction. I'm not speaking on him. I am not talking about a man that's looking for you to pay his way. We're not talking about him. I'm not talking about a guy that's jumping from job to job and don't have no roots. I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about a guy that's playing video games on his mama couch in the basement somewhere. That's not the type of guy that I am alluding to at all. You heard me. I'm talking about a guy that's staying upright. I'm talking about a guy that calls hands, huh? You feel that? Let me say that again. I'm talking about a guy that calls hands. I'm talking about a guy that got that money, got the paper, got the resources. A guy that have that vision, leadership skills. Everything gets solidified around him. You can see this man clearly knows exactly what he's doing. That's the type of guy what I'm talking about. Not the Johnny come latelys, all right? But shout out to the lead attorney. Hey, Sue. What's going on, Sue? Shout out to those guys over there, all right? You know what you can do for me. I appreciate y'all guys, family. I'm growing bit by bit. I'm getting it out the mud, all right? But until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.